Hey, my name is Jen. I decided to make a video blog about my journey about going back to college. This will be the first time I've ever moved away from home, living on campus, and while being away from all my animals. I'm going to be taking animal care at Sheridan College. As you can see all these pictures, these are the animals that I will be talking about. Good thing, since I'll be moving away, I'll be close to my partner, Jeanette, and her dog, Vivi, so I won't be too homesick. This will be the journey of how things will be for me in college. Venting, funny, the mood swings, bad times, good times. Hope you enjoy.
Well, this is my first ever blog entry. I have done some tutorials on animal care, but I also decided to do a part of this. I have gone to school before I have gone for two different things. I went for music and I went for web design. My whole life I've always been obsessed with animals. I've always had animals. I've had dogs, cats, hamsters, fish, turtles. Well, one thing I've never had personally is a bird. My partner Jeanette actually has a bird, so I'm going to actually get her to do some tutorials for everybody about bird care. So pretty much the college process is, I do live in Ontario, so we have to sign up with ontariocollege.ca, and from there we have to send in all of our information. So from there we select the programs that we would like to get into. I actually selected animal care, animal vet assistant, and animal technician. I think one reason for me is I became so passionate about everything was I actually had a dog, Candy, and I had her since I was a kid, since I was 8 years old. And when I was younger, a couple years ago, well, 5 years ago now, I had to have her put to sleep. She was old, and she had arthritis very, very badly. She couldn't walk. She had a few strokes, and it just came to the point where the poor thing was suffering. So I always said to her that I would never leave her by herself, and I was there when they put her to sleep. I knew at that point that I was going to be getting a new dog. And from that point, actually 10 days after Candy passed away, we actually were going to get a chocolate lab. But my mom had actually suggested, well, why not two? I don't know if she was just joking or if she was being serious, but a long story short, it ended up being two. Definitely raising two puppies together is hard, but you know what you do for one, you do for the other. And they keep each other company. So I don't know how I did it at the time, but I had two puppies running around at my feet while I was trying to do schoolwork. But I managed to get through it, and they were great. Maybe about when my two dogs, Bailey and Presley, were about 5 or 6 months, my mother and I actually went to the local animal shelter. And kind of what made us did that was my dogs were out in the back and were digging, and I actually had my old dog Candy cremated, and I had buried her back there under a tree. And Presley, the one that always seems to get in trouble, she hit the top of the urn, and I was just devastated. So, make a long story short, we ended up coming home with my black cat, Shadow. Now, after I got Shadow, I ended up getting my turtle Herbie. I got Herbie actually after a breakup, and I call Herbie my breakup turtle. I always thought Herbie was a boy. Just because there's so many girls in my house, I figured, you never know. But turns out, after all this time, Herbie is a girl. Maybe 3 or 4 months after Herbie, we ended up getting our youngest cat, Molly. I actually got her for my mom for Christmas. So that's how my house became full of crazy animals. Well, that's a basic overview of my animals in my life and why I've decided to get into animal care. I will definitely blog another time to get more in depth into my background knowledge of animal care, what I've learned so far. Anyways, have a good night, everyone.